Hey guys, it's Serena. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have the lovely Misorang back here again because we had such a great time last time and I wanted to ask you a lot of questions that have been bugging me and that are related to teeth.
Yes, a lot of questions. People that might wonder that never had the chance to ask their dentist.
Yeah.
And also some myths about dental care.
That's right. We're going to be debunking some myths as well. So let's get right into it. The first question I have is, what are some of the worst foods and drinks that you could possibly eat that are bad for your teeth?
Okay. So this question, we can look at it from two different perspectives.
Okay.
One is from a dental health perspective. You know, is it going to cause cavities? Is it going to erode or dissolve my teeth? Is it going to crack my teeth? And then we can also look at it from the aesthetic point of view. Is it going to stain my teeth?
Yeah.
So first of all, health. Anything that's acidic, high in sugar, or sticky, they're bad foods and drinks for our teeth. So
Okay.
caramel, sherbet, soda, lemonade, all these things are not good for your teeth.
Okay, and they stain the teeth and they stick to your teeth. That's why I'm guessing the sticky stuff.
Stickiness, if it's sticky, it can cause two things. One, it might pull your fillings off or pull your crowns off.
Oh no.
Or it might stick to your teeth and make it hard for the food to be washed away by saliva. So it means that the teeth are exposed to the food much longer.
Okay. You know, our parents, they always tell you, like, don't drink sodas because they're going to dissolve your teeth. I mean, we always talk about Coca-Cola, how people use Coca-Cola to clean tires.
And toilets.
And toilets. And, you know, imagine putting that on your teeth, blah, 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 blah. Is that true?
It's true, it's true. If you put a tooth into a cup of cola, it doesn't have to be Coca-Cola, it can be Pepsi or other brand of soft drinks.
We're not discriminating.
The tooth will start going soft and mushy.
Oh my God.
It's because of all the acid. The acid will destroy the teeth and it's high in refined carbohydrates, sugar, so it will also cause caries.
Okay, second question. What is the best way to whiten your teeth? I mean, there are a lot of products out there, a lot of services from your dentist as well, but it's actually very overwhelming when all you want is to just whiten your teeth safely. What is the best way?
So what you wanted to do is to see how you got the tooth staining.
Okay.
So I brought some pictures for you guys.
The first type, not very pretty pictures.
So the first type of staining is what we call external staining. So this is calculus that has been stained with tea, food or drinks like coffee, cola or nicotine from smoking. With these kind of staining, if you go get a scale and polish, they'll be easily removed.
Okay.
Now, on the other hand, if your teeth are intrinsically yellow, which is the kind that most people have, this requires bleaching.
Okay.
So what you want to do is look for a product that will break down, that has chemicals that will break down into hydrogen peroxide. And there are home kits with these chemicals in place, but in my opinion, the concentration is too low.
Okay.
Because by law, things that you can buy over the counter or just at any shop, they can't go above a certain percentage.
Okay.
So what you want to do is to go to your dentist, and there are two options at the dentist.
Okay.
One is the one that I use. They will get a mold of your teeth and make these trays. And then you get these whitening gels and you put a drop into each tooth compartment, put it on for a couple of hours or overnight.
Right.
That method, effective, cheaper than the second option, but it takes a long time because you have to, the first time you do it, it'll take about 2 to 3 weeks. The second option at the dentist is when you go in for one session, 1 to 3 sessions, and the dentist puts on a very high strength chemical on there. And then he might also use a laser as well. Very effective as well. Very quick, but more expensive, and it's associated with higher side effects such as sensitivity because the chemical is so strong.
Okay, so your recommendation is to just get one of these moldings done at your dentist and just get these bleach
Gels from the dentist.
Okay, and how much does this typically cost?
Well, it depends on the dentist. Some will give you the mold free. They use that to introduce the customer to their clinics. These gels together, I've seen in Australia, some people sell them for $200,
Okay.
$300. In Korea, probably you're looking at between $100 to $300 as well.
So there's a bit of a range. And how often do you do this?
So first time I did it every night for about 2 to 3 weeks. Nowadays, so that was many, probably 10 years ago. Nowadays, I just use one night every 3 months.
Okay, so
just as a touch-up.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. Okay, then it doesn't feel like you have to do this every night for like... Okay, here's my next question. These days in like sort of the natural world, oil pulling is huge, and a lot of people, you know, who practice like holistic health, they believe in oil pulling. But what is your take on oil pulling?
My take, I personally have a lot of friends who swear by oil pulling and do it every day. In my opinion, there's not enough quality scientific data to support its use. I mean, you can do it, it's probably harmless, but there's not enough evidence to say that it does all these things that it's supposed to, like getting all the toxins out and curing diseases. I'm not a fan of that.
And you should never replace it with brushing your teeth, right?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Okay, that's good. Do you think that we need to have fluoride in our toothpaste? This is like a big question because even for me, from like the research that I've done, I've gotten this, I don't know, fear of fluoride because apparently it's, you know, poisonous to our bodies. And, you know, when you do brush your teeth, you end up swallowing a bit of your toothpaste. And especially for children, like all children's toothpaste don't contain fluoride because kids, they swallow their toothpaste. So yeah, so our house is fluoride free in terms of toothpaste, but is that, what do you think about that?
From a traditional dental health perspective, looking at the big body of evidence, fluoride is necessary for your teeth. And personally, I use a fluoridated toothpaste. You're right, it has fluoride. This one doesn't, but the ones that I use, even though it contains fluoride, it's very minuscule. So the amount that you do end up swallowing, it's tiny. And there are toothpastes for children which contain a lower percentage of fluoride because children, they tend to swallow more than adults, and also their bodies are small, so you don't want any to go in them.
So what would happen if I stopped using fluoride, as I have done, for months and months and maybe years and years? What would happen to my teeth?
So the purpose of fluoride when you're brushing your teeth is to make the enamel or the dentin. I'll show you. So this is the tooth. This is the hard structure. Enamel, dentin, and this is the nerve. So this is what you take out when you get a root canal.
Right.
Done.
Right.
So the fluoride, it makes the enamel stronger and more resistant to decay.
Okay.
So if you have stopped, discontinued using fluoridated toothpaste, that means that you're not getting the benefit of having a stronger mineral protecting your teeth.
And having a stronger enamel, is that going to protect you from getting cavities as well?
Yes, cavities.
Okay.
Because cavities, the whole, the central concept of cavities is that the bacteria releases acid. If it's stronger, it's more resistant to acid. Even if it's the same amount, same strength, it'll dissolve slower. And some countries, they even put fluoride in their water.
Yeah, and what do you think about that?
I think it's great.
Really?
I'm one of the dentists that think it's great. I would say at this point, most dentists would feel that way as well.
Okay.
Some people would say, oh, it's mass medication, and they create this sort of scare phobia about it. But
I actually called Tasan call center in Seoul. It's basically where you can call and ask about anything. And I asked whether, you know, our water contains fluoride, and it doesn't.
it doesn't, yeah.
So perhaps I should start using a fluoridated toothpaste. Okay, here's my next question. This is a big one that's been bugging me for a long time, and I always have this debate whenever I have sleepovers because
It's one of your pillow talks?
yeah, it's well, not pillow talks, but like morning talks, I guess. Are you supposed to brush your teeth as soon as you wake up, or are you supposed to brush your teeth after you have had your breakfast?
What do you do?
I brush my teeth as soon as I wake up because I can't stand that morning breath. And I heard that like the morning breath is from is basically the smell of bacteria that has grown overnight, and that's just gross.
Because you don't want to be eating it with your omelette in the morning.
Yeah.
I brush my teeth after I have my breakfast. This one, it doesn't really matter. It's more of a personal preference. But it's important to brush after a meal because then it will protect your teeth until you have the next meal. So it's more about, are you going to have breakfast alone or with people that you're going to talk to? And if you're going to have breakfast with someone, then probably brush before the meal, have the meal, and then brush after as well.
Oh, okay. So if you do brush before, you're going to have to brush again.
Anyway, yeah.
Okay. So maybe I'll just skip the the first session of brushing. Okay. Here's another question. When you brush your teeth after you eat your meal, do you have to wait, you know, a number of minutes before you do that? Because I heard that when you brush right after you eat, sometimes the food can kind of get more stuck in your teeth.
So it depends what the meal is. Usually it's perfectly fine to brush straight away, but if the meal is high in acid, if it's acidic, that means that the tooth, so the hard mineral, it will have dissolved a bit. It would have been a bit more soft.
Okay.
And brushing straight away, you're scratching the surface, so you're more prone to put micro scratch marks on top of the tooth. So if you've had an acidic meal, then best to wait 10 minutes or rinse your mouth with a bicarbonate soda.
Okay, what are some acidic foods, just on the top of your head?
Well, if you have a salad with vinaigrette dressing or a lemon zest, those are very acidic. Or if you've had milkshakes in place of your meal, some of those can be quite acidic as well. If you have a lot of vegetables, then it's okay. I mean, vegetables are quite alkaline.
Right. Okay, we've talked about teeth. How can you take care of your gums? I think, you know, gums always get neglected because we're all so focused on, you know, how our teeth look.
So if you're otherwise healthy, the best thing you can do is floss. I sound like you're a dentist, but
you are.
So if we have a look at this tooth again, you could be brushing your teeth for 20 hours straight. You could stand there and brush the whole day and still not get the plaque in between the teeth. And when bacteria builds up and plaque builds up, it releases inflammatory agents, so irritants, into the gum. And then the gum gets swollen, it becomes red, you touch it, it starts bleeding. So very important to floss every day. And the key is to floss before you brush your teeth.
Oh, before, okay.
A lot of people brush afterwards. But okay, I suppose it doesn't really matter in your case when you don't use a fluoridated toothpaste. But the reason why you should floss before is to remove all the plaque so that the good stuff in the toothpaste, fluoride, can get in to the tooth surface. Because if you brush and then floss, because it's covered in plaque, the toothpaste can't get in there.
That I've been doing right. I have been flossing before I brush. It just seems intuitive that way.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of people brush and then floss, but you have been doing it the right way all this time.
They say that if you don't floss, you're not you're not cleaning like 1/3 of your teeth.
Exactly.
Is that right?
Exactly. So can you do this?
Yes.
So if these are our teeth, it contains 6 surfaces, and you are only cleaning the top, left and right. The interproximal areas you're not getting unless you floss.
Which is huge.
Huge.
Yeah.
A lot of cavities start there.
Okay, another thing with like natural trends. Okay, we talked about the fluoride toothpaste, and that has kind of changed my world, what you just said. Charcoal. I mean, this is Korean. It's a Korean toothpaste that contains charcoal. But activated charcoal seems to be also this new thing that people use to whiten their teeth, and they basically put like powdered activated charcoal all over their teeth and rub it in. They just leave it in. I mean, you see YouTube videos all the time teaching you how to do this as well. And your teeth are just covered in this black kind of soot or whatever it is, and then you leave it on, and apparently it's supposed to clean your teeth. What about activated charcoal? Does it work, or is it just a myth?
I think it's a bit of a gimmick. Not enough evidence, not enough effectiveness. Maybe it works like, is it black when you use it?
Yeah, it is black.
So maybe if you put something black and then you take it away, your teeth look whiter by comparison. Maybe it's psychological.
Okay.
But going back to keeping your teeth white, the worst drinks for staining your teeth are tea, coffee, and red wine. So all delicious things.
Oh my god!
They will stain your teeth. So what you can do, it might seem a bit gross to some people, especially for the red wine, but the best thing you can do is to drink it through a straw.
Okay.
Because that will minimize the contact your teeth has to the liquid.
Right.
You know how sommeliers, they taste wine by taking a tiny sip and then swishing it around their mouth? Yeah. That's about the worst thing you can do because it's acidic and it will stain your teeth. So what you want to do, even for red wine, if you want to really keep your teeth white, is to stick a straw in there and make it go straight down your throat.
Talk about like killing the mood, right?
Maybe your social life will be in ruins after that. So when people come and ask for the whitening kits, one of the guidelines or one of the tips that we give to people, if you want to extend the period that your teeth stay white, is to drink coffee or tea through a straw.
Okay. My last and final question. This is my baby over here. It's my Sonicare that I purchased, I think over a year ago, maybe almost 2 years ago. And I feel like it's totally changed the way I clean my teeth. Like now I feel like my teeth are so much cleaner. I cannot go back to the manual toothbrush. In a dentist's perspective, which one is better?
In dentist perspective, electric toothbrush does clean better, more effectively.
Okay.
But not this kind.
Oh my god. Why do you have to do this to me?
So not this kind. So this is Sonic. I will just hide the brand. So this is straight. This one isn't as good as reaching all the nooks and crannies as the round head ones.
Which is the Oral-B.
Oral-B, there are other brands available, but there has been a peer-reviewed study where oscillating, small, round-headed electric toothbrushes remove more plaque. They remove plaque more effectively than a manual toothbrush or a Sonic toothbrush.
No!
I wonder if you can...
You're telling me that I have to go out and buy another...
Yeah, unfortunately. And with the oscillating head ones, it doesn't matter which brand or at different price points because it's a marketing thing. The speed at which the head rotates, it varies, but above a certain point, it doesn't really matter for the health. It's more of a, do you have the latest gadget or not?
Right.
So you don't have to look for the most expensive brand or the most expensive line of the many different choices. You can look for budget brands as well or no-name brands.
As long as it's oscillating.
Right. Oscillating, round, small head.
Okay, you have officially changed my world.
Your dental world, at
My
least.
dental world. I don't know if it's in a good way or not, but I have to go out and get a new toothbrush,
Buy a new toothpaste.
and
buy some straws.
Yeah, brush my teeth after I wake up and eat my breakfast. Yeah.
Also, on that note, if you're only going to brush once a day, and let's be honest, there are a lot of you out there who only brush once a day, that's fine.
That's not fine. That's not fine. Let's be honest. That's not fine. Okay.
That's okay.
Okay, but if you had to choose to brush your teeth only once a day, when is the best?
Then a lot of people do it in the morning because that's when they socialize. It's the start of the day. You want to meet people with a fresh mouth. But if you're going to only do it once a day, it's important to do it at night. Yeah. Because if you sleep for 8 hours, that 8 hours you're exposed to all the bad stuff in the food, all the sugar, all the acid. So you want to make sure that those 8 hours are a clean environment.
Okay. So if you have to, just choose one time to do it at night.
At night.
Got it. All right, thank you so much, Misorang, for coming out today and answering all my sort of crazy questions.
No, they're not crazy questions. These are the kind of questions that I get asked a lot. And these are the kind of questions that people I have found in my experience, they want to ask, but sometimes they're a bit shy.
Yeah, because sometimes it kind of sounds a little bit silly or stupid.
Yeah, and some people think, oh, this should be common sense. I should know this at this age, but it's not. If you're not trained in dentistry, you don't have to know.
Yeah. You know what? I'm sure all of the stuff that you mentioned today was extremely helpful for all of you guys as well, because I learned so much. Yeah, sometimes it's tempting to read all these articles online and just be like, oh yeah, you know, like maybe I should do that, or kind of like do all these like alternative methods to cleaning your teeth, but sometimes they're not the best way.
You have to look, when you're reading things, you need to be very critical of who wrote the article. And I mean, is it from a beauty editor's perspective, or is it actually from a dentist's point of view? And you have to see what kind of agenda they have. Is it a financial motive as opposed to real health advice?
Yeah, and this is definitely a big challenge for all of us who are constantly on social media all the time,
that's
right?
right, yeah.
But thank you so much for coming.
Oh, thank you for having me. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I had so much fun. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us, and I will see you guys next time in my next video. Bye.
Bye.